This is the GameBloc Cast, episode 6. I am your host, Richard Sherman, and this week I have with me...
It's me,
name?
Jonathan.
It's me, too, Kirill.
I'm Kenny.
And I'm Christian.
All right, let's get into the What We've Been Playing this week's segment. So, Jonathan, what have you been playing?
Well, how could I follow up after that extremely smooth transition? This week I played Super Hot. And honestly, it's one of the most innovative first-person shooters I've played this year. So for those of you who don't know, Super Hot is a Unity-based game that the premise of it is time only moves when you move, or at least time moves extremely slowly when you're not moving.
So time stands still?
I'm not looking back. But you made me lose track, Richie, thanks.
I want to look around you now is next.
Mm-hmm.
I know, that's not what I was going for, though.
That has to be like the third or fourth Rush reference.
Uh-huh.
We'll keep adding them.
Where
was I? What was I talking about?
Super Hot.
I know what I was talking about.
But still, it goes very slow
right.
when you don't move.
So time moves extremely slowly when you're not moving. So this allows for some really cool puzzles in the game. So it's a first person shooter puzzle where a lot of the puzzles are based around what would be extremely precise and quick movements slowed down to almost nothing. And the best part about it is once you're done doing everything, killing all the red dudes, they show you a playback at what would be normal speed, and it looks so cool. It's honestly the best part of the game. They have a website called Killstagram, and it's just full. I know it's so dumb, but
you get filters.
Hashtag no filter.
Exactly, they're all no filter. Anyways,
It's
just a feed of all the levels and just really cool replays of them. And it's not a super long story, and I won't spoil the story because it has a pretty big twist partway through that you could probably see coming from the beginning if I gave anything away.
Would you say it's super hot?
It's very hot. It's very fun. There's a lot of challenges that you get after you beat the game that add to it. Like you're only allowed to kill people with the katana.
Interesting.
Which is really cool. They have a set of challenges that are like based off of the web version from 2013.
Oh, okay.
So that's a pretty cool callback. All in all, I would probably give it a 9 out of 10. It's been like one of my favorite games of this year so far. It's really good,
that's
and
cool.
It's worth $25. I think it's on Steam. It's $25, and it's well over 20 to 30 hours of gameplay. So I would recommend it a lot. Awesome. The second thing I did this week was check out Corrin, Bayonetta, and Cloud in Super Smash Brothers. And a quick thing I have to say about everyone. Corrin, it's really strong and really fast. That's a little overpowered in my opinion. The first time I played him, I beat a level 9 with almost no problems.
And that counter, though, is insane.
Oh, that counter is
crazy.
So, my god, it's terrible. He's super overpowered. He's probably going to be changed soon.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, the counter, when, a normal counter in Super Smash Brothers, it just hits the way that, it countered from. So if you hit him from the left and he countered, he would also hit back to the left. But now he hits both sides. Corrin's counter, which is insane and ridiculous. So it's basically undodgeable.
Yeah.
And really effective in team matches.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it is. He's also got that weird move where he sticks his sword into the ground and then launches forward. That's really powerful too. Big game changer there. The next character is Bayonetta. She was also really good. She wasn't as overpowered as Corrin, which is weird. I thought she was going to be super crazy overpowered. She's still very overpowered, though. I saw a video where a guy got his enemy to the edge, quick timed, flew him off the stage, and then down smash, which for those who don't know is that giant fist, or is it a foot?
I think it's a foot.
I think it's a foot that is basically a meteor smash, and he died with 30%.
Oh my goodness.
That's a little crazy, but it's a little bit harder to pull off than it looks. But she's really good. She's really fun. And then Cloud is also, he's actually the most balanced of the three, I would say.
I would agree.
The coolest thing about him is his what's it called?
Limit break.
Limit break. That's it. Where it once you get hit enough, or you charge your limit break up enough with down B, basically gives all of your B moves, your smash moves, or your special moves. Sorry, it gives all your special moves some sort of boost. So his side B, which is that move I don't know the name of, which it does basically a bunch of hits.
It's like a ranged shockwave, and instead of just knocking them back a little bit, it catches them in a series of slashes and then deals a lot of fling.
Yeah, Omni Slash, that's it.
It's a killing move after you've charged your limit break.
That's awesome.
And it actually changes the down B to his finishing move. I can't remember what that's called either. I don't know any
Is that
Clouds.
him spinning in his tornado thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the name of the moves because I never played Final Fantasy VII, and that's what they're all based from.
Me too.
He's a fun character to play as, though. Definitely interesting. And that's all I have to say about my games this week.
Yeah, I really liked Cloud stage Midgar. I think Midgar is a really neat stage.
Yeah, I haven't really got to try it much because I've been playing mostly for Glory within the last week.
Oh, okay.
Testing them
online.
out. So, but yeah, I haven't got to try Midgar or Bayonetta's level either.
And it
Clock Tower.
And the two tracks, the music tracks that are on Midgar are really cool too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they're Final Fantasy VII music, so
it's always pretty
gonna be good. I really like how once you win as Cloud, it doesn't do the regular Smash victory music.
Yes,
it does the Final Fantasy VII victory music, and
awesome.
that keeps going. It's a really cool Easter egg they put in. Mm-hmm. So, Richard.
Yes.
I heard you like Pokemon.
Yes. So Pokemon Yellow came out last week, and I decided to pick it up. And Pokemon Yellow is really important to me because it was the first game I actually ever played on the first system I ever owned, which was a Game Boy Color. So when they announced that it was coming out on Virtual Console, I was like, I have to get it because it's really important to me. And plus Pokemon. You can never have too much Pokemon. So for those of you who have lived under a rock and then some for the past 20 years, Pokemon is a game where you catch monsters and battle them with each other. And like that's the simplest sense of the explanation. Okay.
Yeah, except it's not an ugly, brutal combat thing. They're all usually really cute, and it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Pikachu. Pikachu is the cutest goddamn thing in that whole game. He's adorable, especially in Yellow, because he's not like fat, you know?
Yeah,
he's just kind of chubs.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the special thing about the Yellow version is that Pikachu actually follows you around.
And says kind of words. He says his name. It's just not a cry.
And every once in a while, like, you can turn back around and then press A on him, and he'll show, like, the emotion he has. Like, if you just restored him from a Pokemon Center, like, if you press A and look at him after he's fainted, he'll just look at you like, dude, what the heck? Why'd you let me faint like that? And stuff like that. So it adds a little bit more expressiveness to the game. And really my main thing that I figured out is that people who say Pokemon hasn't changed over, like, the 20 years it's been out are liars.
They have not played the first game. The first game is incredibly different.
So different.
I think it's because they just look at, like, the top layer. They're not looking at, like, the background.
It doesn't even have steel type, does it?
Yeah, it doesn't have steel and dark.
Yeah,
and poison. I don't think poison's in it, too.
Poison's in it.
Is it?
Yes.
You just have a single special stat. It's your special attack and defense combined into one, too. I think.
Yeah. So you don't have special attack, you just have attack and defense.
Yeah. And also, like, the amount of moves your Pokemon learns in the, like, from 1 to 50 or something like that is a lot smaller.
They have so many more moves than the new ones.
Yes.
Yeah, Pidgeotto doesn't even, or Pidgeot, whatever, doesn't learn a flying type move until level 31.
Yeah, which is insane. I mean, like, but it's still really fun. Like, all my friends at college actually have gotten different versions of the game, and we're all battling. and things like that.
So did you get the one that was released on the 3DS?
Yes.
Then? Yeah.
Yeah, we all did.
Which is cool, because then you'll be able to bring Surfing and Flying Pikachu up to...
You could catch those on Pokewalkers in Heart Gold and Soul Silver and whatever.
Do you have a Pokewalker still?
Yeah.
Do you know where your
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I do. I haven't used it lately, but I know where it is.
I don't think you can get a Surfing Pikachu or a Flying Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. You actually can't get a Raichu in Pokemon Yellow either. The only way you get Pikachu is from your starter, and Pikachu will reject the Thunderstone like he did in the anime.
Wow. I kind of am annoyed by that.
Yes.
I feel like I would have been okay with it if they had made Pikachu a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
Like that's a special Pikachu. That Pikachu's stronger than all of the other Pikachus, but no, like near the end of the game you can kind of tell that he's not
not meant to be on your final party.
No, he's really not. I've also been playing Pokemon Yellow, just not very frequently. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to like keep it consistent with like the anime in which Pokemon's he's...
Oh, okay, so like a Butterfree and...
Yeah, so like I set myself to only use Pokemon that Ash has used. So right now my team's looking like Pikachu, like that's gonna stay Pikachu, Charizard, Venusaur and Blastoise are definitely going to be in the final team. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at what's the...
Mankey?
What evolved form of Mankey? Primeape and Pidgeot. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still having a lot of fun, even though it's fairly dated in comparison to most recent Pokemon, obviously, but...
Broken. It's really broken.
Yeah, as far as gameplay mechanics go, it is very similar, so I think that's what makes it fun. Like, probably most Game Boy Color games I couldn't go back to and have as an enjoyable time as I do with this game.
Yeah, so I feel like the most timeless ones are Pokemon and, like, Tetris.
Yeah, Tetris. I mean, Link's Awakening is also pretty good.
That's also really good.
Yeah, so... I'm at the third gym or something. I mean, I'm not very far, but I'm really enjoying it. So it's only $10 on the eShop. So if you guys have not played a Pokemon game before, which is highly unlikely, or just are interested in trying to play Pokemon, like where Pokemon started,
then if you haven't played
this game.
The first gen, it's very, very good.
Yes. All right. So Kenny has been playing 2 games that I've also been playing.
Yeah. Speaking of games, we haven't played a lot, but are still fun. I've been playing Stardew Valley. I'm like 3 hours into it or something. It's a blatant Harvest Moon ripoff.
Yes.
It's the farming mechanics are pretty much the same. You plant stuff, they grow over the course of a few days. Some things grow better in different seasons. There are 4 seasons per year, each one lasting 30 days. You can get married eventually. I'm not there yet, but I'm pretty sure you can. The biggest difference I see is they have combat. I just got a sword and I went into the mines and was slaying slimes and some weird bug thing. And they dropped like monster guts and things. So that was pretty fun. It's kind of like Rune Factory, except the combat is a lot better.
Yeah.
That was made by Chucklefish, right? The same people that made Starbound?
I believe so. I'm pretty sure it was Chucklefish.
Yeah. It has a very similar art style.
I think they produced it, but some other guy, Concerned Ape or something like that, made this game. Like he spent like 4 years or something on this game. Mm-hmm. But it is very similar in art style to like Starbound or maybe even Terraria.
Yeah, it looks really nice, and it was kind of neat. There were some bugs in the day 1 build, and I think before the day was over, they had an update fixing a bunch of stuff. It was like he released it and then made all the corrections people found and then released an update. It was really fast.
Like, in my honest opinion, I think this game looks like the prettiest SNES game ever. Like,
that's true. It looks like it's very SNES.
Mm-hmm. And go, Kenny, go.
I forget what I was going to say.
All right. So I think that this has kind of been the Harvest Moon game I've been kind of waiting for PC. Because there's been a Harvest Moon game that's been like being worked on for PC for the past year or so, but I haven't seen anything about it. So I've been really wanting to play a Harvest Moon game, and this game really scratches that itch.
Yeah, and having combat and actually having it being decent combat is a huge bonus.
Yes, and I mean, I did encounter one bug where I couldn't use any of my tools outside until I went back inside. And I don't know why that was, but once I walked back outside, it was fine.
Also, one other thing I liked about this game is it's one of the first games that has really worked well with my Steam controller.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of the stuff is easier to do with the real cursor, and so you combined the right trackpad to be your cursor, so you're not trying to use the cursor with your analog stick. It helps for inventory stuff, helps for selecting things and moving things around. But it's working really well because it can emulate the mouse and keyboard, but then it still gives me the gamepad format. I can sit back and relax when I play instead of straight at my desk, which is not nearly as comfortable.
Yes. Jonathan, you've been playing this, right?
Yeah, I played about an hour of it. I was too busy playing Super Hot. I really enjoyed that game way too much. But I played about an hour of it, and I didn't feel like I had a sense of direction. I understand why you guys like the game. I'm not hating on it or anything. The mechanics seem fine. But I just, after about an hour, I was just like, why am I doing this?
Yes.
You know?
It's a Harvest Moon game.
Well,
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, when I've played, like, Friends of Mineral Town, I felt like, on this day, there's this event. If I have enough of this, I can do that, you know? I didn't really encounter any of that.
That is in that game.
It is, okay, but I don't know. In the first hour, it felt extremely sluggish and slow to me.
No, I understand, and that is a common complaint amongst the internet people that get this game. They have a problem figuring out what to do, and just...
Yeah, it really drops you in. It doesn't even give you a basic tutorial.
Yeah, my roommate's
It's just like, go.
My roommate's been playing, with the wiki on his second monitor so he can see when events are coming up quickly, when people are going to be walking by the bridge so he can sneak up on them and give them flowers. And, so having the wiki open, at least that's the way he prefers to play, just so he knows what's going to be happening. So he can actually do stuff instead of... There's a lot of waiting if you don't know what's coming.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I was playing, like the first half an hour and 45 minutes. I was like, what am I going to do? I don't even know how to craft anything.
Yeah, I figured out how to craft on like day 10.
Yes, I had a full inventory, and I was like, I need to make a chest to put stuff in, and I didn't know that it was so easy to actually craft things in this game. But I think this game could really use a tutorial.
Yeah,
desperately. Or even just like a set of quests that acts as a tutorial.
Yeah,
would really help.
It's not. And I mean, you can go online, and there are several articles already that are just talking about this game, how to start off well, and like there's an article PC Gamer did, like 6 things I wish I knew before I started playing Stardew Valley, and it really helps. So check that out, Jonathan, before just cool off
maybe
on the game.
I'll start over, and next week I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. I think it's definitely worth the $15 or however much it is. I was going to say something else about it, but I forgot. But I really enjoy it. I think it's the Harvest Moon game I've been waiting for.
Yeah, out of all the Harvest Moon games, even though this isn't one, it's my favorite, I think, so far.
Yes. And I remember what... Oh, wait. Sorry, go ahead, John.
No, okay. It was kind of different from the main topic, so you can go ahead.
Okay. And, like, for me, I think this game is, like, the perfect unwinding game. Like, this past week, I had, like, a calculus test. And I studied for like 8 hours the day before, took the test, and then came back to my dorm, and I was like extremely exhausted, really tired. My brain was just kind of mushy. And so I just started playing that game, and I was like immediately relaxed. Like the soundtrack and everything is just very calm and very good. And so is the gameplay. So it really helped me with that. So it's a perfect game for that.
Mm-hmm. And then the other game, did you have something to say about Stardew Valley?
One thing real quick. If people were to check out a Harvest Moon game that they could maybe find or get in ways maybe not so legal, would you recommend anything? Because I would really recommend Friends of Mineral Town as a good starting off point for anything like or around to being like Harvest Moon.
Favorite?
Go ahead, Kenny.
Harvest Moon type games that I'd recommend?
Yeah, or just any Harvest Moon game in general.
Magical Melody was my personal favorite because Yeah, the biggest thing I liked was they had mining, which was really fun, and they had different properties you could purchase. So as you go, you have to decide, do you want the one that has a lot of space for livestock but really bad soil so plants grow slower? Or do you want to spend a little less, get a little farm, but it has really good soil so that you can grow stuff faster? And I believe you could fish too. That was my favorite Harvest Moon game.
Yes, and as far as the less than legal means, I would say that you can still get that for the GameCube and the Wii for relatively cheap, the actual official editions. Like,
oh, right.
You could probably get that for pretty cheap.
$10.
Probably. I would say go for Magical Melody, especially since it aged really well because it has kind of a more timeless design than the others. I personally, my favorite's A Wonderful Life, but
oh yeah,
that one hasn't aged so well.
Yeah, it's kind of way different too.
Yes,
like it's not forever.
Yeah.
You die. I mean,
and
you literally
play
spoilers.
As a kid, don't you?
No, I don't think so. I think it just ends.
It just ends?
No, you die.
You die. You die.
Yeah, your character dies, and then and then they just say he was a good man, and then that was kind of it.
That's the end of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, and it forces you to get married. It's a different one. I mean, it's not you shouldn't just pass it off, but if you go into it not expecting it to be forever.
It also had a very different camera perspective too. It was like following behind you instead of like a normal third-person platformer instead of the top-down Pokemon-esque camera.
Right. Interesting game. If you wanted to go mobile, if you're like on a road trip or something, you want something, Friends of Mineral Town's probably the best mobile one.
And the new Story of Seasons for the 3DS is also a good choice.
Have you played it?
I've watched gameplay, and it's just Harvest Moon. So
can you open the mailbox?
I don't know.
What?
Wasn't there a bug on the DS one where in the US version you just couldn't open your mailbox?
Something like that. The DS version's not good. Don't get that.
Yeah, they're not even produced by Natsume's the maker.
Yeah, Natsume and Marvelous, but they split up recently.
Yeah,
Marvelous was just the localization team, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Kenny, what's the other game you've been playing?
The other game I've been playing, and I didn't make it very far, is Twilight Princess HD.
Yes.
The biggest thing is the HD, so could you talk about that? Because I've been playing on a CRT, a really old one.
So what I've kind of taken from this is that exactly how I felt about Wind Waker HD, where I thought, wow, this HD upgrade hasn't really changed that much. Like in my mind's eye, the original Twilight Princess still looked like Twilight Princess HD does. And then I was completely wrong. Like, if you look at graphics comparisons, the HD one's definitely a much sharper experience.
That's exactly how I felt when I was watching the trailer. And then I actually went to see a side-by-side. And oh my god, it's beautiful.
It's really good. I'm not going to deny that it does still show its age a little bit, but I think this is the best Twilight Princess HD could look. I mean, some of the things, like at the beginning of the game, there's this weird mission where you have to round up a bunch of oxes or whatever, the Odin goats.
I think they're just goats.
Yeah, they're goats, but they have weird horns. But
yeah, they do.
I would say
super goats.
That the textures on the goats are actually really good. Mm-hmm. Like they actually look like hair, like some matted up, animal hair. And it just, there are little details that make this game look really good. But if you don't focus on textures that look like they really show their age, it's really good. And also, this is the first time I've actually ever played it with a controller that's not the Wiimote.
Oh, yeah.
So that's kind of a different experience for me. I still like it. And, and a lot of people would think it's kind of weird that I prefer the Wii controls to it because they don't like waggling for the sword. But so far, it feels about the same for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
quick question.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Quick question. Well, we're still on graphics. Why do you have an HDMI to composite converter? Or does your CRT have an HDMI port?
My CRT?
No, the Wii U has AV cables.
Yeah, the Wii U can use the same Wii AV or component or S-Video output that the Wii could.
Does it?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's the only current generation console, and I am going to call it current generation because it does that still.
It is.
At least I think it is.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait.
It's really nice, especially for Smash Brothers, because there's zero latency.
Oh, yeah. Is there composite on the back? port for composite?
Yeah, they just have a
Nintendo's own
generic-
proprietary.
They have a generic video port, analog video port, and you can buy a composite or component adapter from GameStop. I got a combination one.
Huh.
Yeah, so it does
Okay.
both. It's pretty
Alright,
great.
well.
And
Continue.
controls. I am very much in favor of motion controls. I think the Zelda game that felt the best out of all the Zelda games I've played was Skyward Sword.
I agree.
Yeah, and I especially loved the way you selected weapons. So I'm like the opposite of pretty much everybody else. But I'm really liking the gamepad for
Yes.
Twilight Princess HD.
It's really good.
Because the buttons, the Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker style button layout works really well for Zelda games. And you can still use the gyroscope to aim your bow and arrow and slingshot. It gives you kind of the best of both worlds.
I also like the ability just to change items on the fly and not have to go into the menu. Even though, to be fair, on the Wii, it was still a relatively fast experience because you could just point to the weapon and it'll just auto-equip. So that was really nice. I've only gotten to the part where I have to steal the sword and the wooden shield from the Orden village.
Oh, wow. You're a lot farther than me. I just I'm going after the monkey right now.
Oh, okay. I mean, I still really like this game. And I think if you didn't like Twilight Princess before, I don't think this is going to change your mind.
They did make the God Tears quests or whatever they were, where you have to go round up the tears, a little bit shorter. But that wasn't the complaint that most people had. Most people said there was a lot of walking, and they didn't change that as far as I know. They made it easier to teleport. It's
Yes,
like
they did.
You press a button, and Midna says, hey, where do you want to go? Instead of talk to Midna, ask to teleport, talk a bit, and then go there.
Same with transforming into a wolf, too. You can just press a button. And
How did they make the Tears quest shorter?
they just have less tiers.
Yeah, they're like 3 fewer tiers, each one.
That's nice.
And then, the last thing I was thinking about for Twilight Princess HD was, oh my god, I forgot. You can talk.
I think one of the more neat features that have to do with the Wolf Link amiibo that came with the game, if you got it physically, was that you can actually go directly to where you saved. Because, in most Zelda games, when you save in the middle of the dungeon, you start at the beginning of it again.
Right.
But now you can just tap your Wolf Link amiibo on the gamepad and it'll remember where it is, where you are exactly in the dungeon, and you'll go directly to that spot.
That is a huge advantage.
Yes.
So does the amiibo just act as a more accurate, memory card, I guess?
It also can teleport you to a Cave of Ordeals-esque thing where you're only Wolf Link, and it'll save your time and the different amiibo you used once you beat it, and then you get a wallet that is like 9,999 rupee capacity.
That would be good for the magic armor.
Especially since I'm playing on hero mode with the Ganondorf amiibo.
That was a question I had. How do you scan in Ganondorf? Because I have one, but I tried in all the menus and all the areas. I can't get him to scan in and set my damage to quadruple because I'm in hero mode.
I think there's somewhere on the menu that
the main menu before you load the game, or
no, I think it's somewhere in the menu where you save.
Oh, okay.
Where you can choose all the different shields and tunics and things Links get throughout the adventure. I think it's somewhere in there. I don't remember.
Okay.
But yeah, Twilight Princess HD. It's pretty great. If you liked the original Twilight Princess HD and want an excuse to play it again, this is your excuse. If you want to give it a second chance, this is the best way to play it. But if you don't think you're gonna love it, don't get it.
Yeah, it's a little expensive if you're not really into Twilight Princess.
Yes.
Speaking of games that are expensive, Kirill and Christian played stuff.
Oh, you mean we actually exist in your guys' world
Yeah.
now?
Hey, I mean, did you play any of the games that we played?
Nope.
No, we didn't. That's why we've been silent for the past half an hour.
In recent news, Kirill and Christian are not dead.
Nope.
Yeah, even though the storm's a brewing.
I mean, you
We haven't been swept away, love.
In also more recent news, Kirill and Christian are out at seas looking for pirates' booty.
Yup.
Because the storms... Okay, don't laugh. That's cool. I get it. Just remain silent.
All right. Kirill/Christian, what have you been playing?
We've been playing Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist, simply because we've
had connection issues
we
in the
were going
past.
to play a game. Yeah, we're going to play a game, and Christian gave me an option of Dead Space, Blacklist, or what was
Dirt
the other
3.
one? Dirt 3, that's right. And so we've had connection issues in the past with Blacklist.
Weren't you guys in the
happening
same
here?
dorm room?
No, we didn't have the same
No.
dorm.
Oh.
No, so
I thought you
we
did.
fixed it by just turning off our firewall, which I haven't turned back on. Thank you very
didn't remind
much.
you, my bad.
No.
If anyone wants to hack Kirill, now's the time.
Yeah, 8:55 p.m. on March 5th. If you can do it from right
Time
now.
travel.
Time travel. But anyways, so we've been playing. We played about 2 or 3 missions. I would say 2.5
Yep,
missions
yep.
because I had to leave early for one of them. But at first we started off on realistic without realizing it, and we actually beat the first level that we did on realistic.
Pretty
Nice.
quick. It was like we
Yeah.
only had to restart maybe like 3 times, and then we got the hang of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. But then we did another mission. I think we started at around 4 o'clock, 4:30 maybe,
Oh, okay.
and we ended. And so we started with this mission, and we ended at 6 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it
That's a
was-
long mission.
It was ridiculous.
It wasn't even a long mission. It was just restarting it.
Over.
Probably 50, about 40 to 50 times.
Oh, my
So in
goodness.
reality, you guys just...
Oh, we're horrible. We
Yeah,
suck
we-
so much at that game.
So you're basically like Dark Souling through this, where you die a lot, and then do you like barely
yeah.
get any progress, and then die again?
We knew the map like the back of our
Yeah,
hands. It was ridiculous.
pretty much. It was really bad because there were times where we'd have we wouldn't be able to get out of the starting zone because right when we started, we got spotted, and then the whole game had to restart.
Oh god.
Yeah, it was.
And we had also turned down the difficulty level. It was on normal rather than realistic, and so
somehow we still did awful.
we were somehow having a harder time. Yeah,
Oh man.
it was
frustrating.
It was just bad. It was
I
bad.
could imagine. So is it more? It's along the lines of stealth.
Yes.
Well, definitely.
Yeah, it's well, because like the specific mission, you would fail if you got spotted, like at all. So like other missions can be more forgiving, like you can get spotted and then like it'll leave like a ghost of where you were, and that's where the enemies think you are. So they'll like shoot you, and it's actually kind of a cool mechanic because you can set up like a trap, like you'll like if you're exposed, and they're like they start moving to that previous position, and you can move around and then like and flank them. But in this mission, as soon as you got spotted, you failed it. So that's why it took us so long
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
to just finish.
Oh man, it sounds like a fun time.
It was great once we actually finished it. There were many times where we were super close, and then something happened to where we just had to restart.
And something like really trivial that we had already like just gotten past like in previous times that we had like perfected, and then it just that one time it just came back to bite us in the ass.
Oh man, I hate that.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Like it's the one thing like, oh, we don't have to worry about that anymore. We're fine.
Exactly.
And then it kills
Exactly.
you. All right then.
But it was a fun game. It's pretty old though, so it's not that old. I think it's the newest Splinter Cell. Is it not?
I have no
is,
idea.
Is
I have no clue.
it was Ghost Recon? Wait,
Guess?
No, that's not Splinter
no.
Cell.
there's a Tom Clancy game called that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
good. Just making sure.
What's the news?
The news. All right, so the biggest news in the gaming industry, quite possibly this week, was the Nintendo Direct. That just sort of happened out of nowhere. We got a 2-day notice.
There was a Nintendo Direct?
Wait, Kenny, you don't know?
I actually
on the
didn't
third.
know. I thought I'd seen it, but I
All
didn't.
right,
Wow.
so not only is this the news to the listeners, it's
This is the
news
news
to
to
one of the
me.
podcasters. So one of the bigger announcements is that Monster Hunter Cross, as it's known in Japan, is now going to be called Monster Hunter Generations, and is going to be brought over to the West.
Yay!
I'm so excited.
I am too. It looks so good.
It looks like so much fun.
So Monster Hunter X like brings a bunch of like the game, like the entire franchise's best monsters, and you could all play them in one game, which is going to be amazing.
There is a thing where you can get like a Marth outfit, can't you?
Yeah, they're going to be doing like Fire Emblem crossover like costumes and stuff like they did with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. They had some for like Link and different stuff like that.
That's I'm excited. It's going to be so much fun.
Too. I don't know a whole lot about the game, but I'm a Monster Hunter fan, so it's going to be amazing. I wish it was on Wii U though, too, just cuz I really like having Monster Hunter on a big screen.
Yeah. Monster Hunter 3 was pretty fun and Ultimate was on the Wii U, right?
Yeah, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate was on Wii U. Me and Kiro played that quite a bit, actually, and we had a lot of fun, right, Kiro?
Yes.
And then me and you and I played
4 Ultimate.
Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which was a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, we should definitely play that again. It's amazing.
Yep, when we both have not conflicting schedules, we will.
Yes. And then, moving on, another big announcement was that Paper Mario Color Splash is going to exist on the Wii U.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is this a new turn-based RPG one, or is it going to be like Super Paper Mario?
I don't know. There wasn't a whole lot shown. There was a trailer, and it looks gorgeous.
I'm going to look it up.
It looks really good. Apparently, it has Sticker Star elements to it, and I don't know much about Sticker Star, so I don't know how true that is.
I just remember no one liked it.
Yes, that is true. Not a whole lot of people like Sticker Star.
Well, it's really different from past Mario games, Super Paper Mario games.
Well,
Yes.
But even Sticker Star, everyone, even people that liked Paper Mario's, didn't like Sticker Star for some reason.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. It's because it's not exactly like the past Paper Mario games.
Oh, right.
I mean, all Nintendo really needs to do to make like for Paper Mario to sell well again is just make Thousand Year Door HD. Pretty much. That's all they really need to do is make a game like Thousand Year Door in HD.
This one looks a lot more paper than the previous ones. The grass is actually layers of like construction paper layered over each other, different colors, and wow, it looks good.
Yes. So there's paint in this game, which is the big difference. And
yeah, lots of paint.
I think they kind of got that from Splatoon. But
Oh yeah.
that's fine. It looks really good. It was leaked a couple months ago. And that's interesting that it was actually true. A lot of this Direct was actually leaked ahead of time. Yeah, so Paper Mario looks really good. I'm excited for that. Star Fox also got a release date. There was worries that it was going to be delayed again.
Oh,
but
no.
then this Direct, Shigeru Miyamoto showed up and said, hey, I'm sorry that it's taken so long for this game to be made. So here you go. Here's a new trailer, and it's coming out April 22nd alongside Star Fox Guard.
What's Star Fox Guard?
It's like a tower
It's a
defense
tower
game.
defense.
Oh, is it that?
But
Is
you
that?
use cameras.
It's that camera one from a few E3s ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically 2 E3s ago.
2.
Yes.
It's only because they mentioned it in the Direct.
Yeah, one of the hosts of Nintendo Voice Chat called it Five Nights at Miyamoto's.
Oh wow.
And I was like, yes, it's perfect.
That Star Fox trailer, by the way, looks fantastic.
It looks really good. It looks a lot better than what they showed us at E3.
Yep. The graphics look improved a little bit, and they actually showed a lot more gameplay. And the gameplay looks amazing.
Yes.
It looks like it's gone back to its roots.
Yeah,
And-
well, it's very Star Fox 64. Like
yeah, which isn't bad.
No, the final boss is Andross on Venom. Like,
Oh wow.
it's that much. Star Fox 64.
Yeah, I'm really glad they're not doing what was the DS one?
Command.
Command.
I liked Command.
Command
I
was
didn't
fun.
like Command.
I just loved like the soap opera endings. Like
Yeah.
Crystal leaves the team, and then Fox gets depressed, and then Falco's like, "Hey, it's okay, we can do this." And then they both end up joining like the F-Zero Grand Prix together. Stuff like that just made the game.
It controlled terribly, in my opinion.
Yeah, it did not control well. Also, we got a look at Star Fox. Oh, wait, we just did that.
Metroid.
We got a look at Metroid Prime
Hey,
Federation
speaking
Force.
of Star Fox, we're doing Star Fox again. Good Star Fox.
Okay, let me redo that then. We also got to look at Metroid Prime Federation Force, which I don't know if anyone really cares about that game.
Nope. Hey, dude, you ever want a game where Samus was a character who was supposed to be who they are, not some little whiny baby? Well, you're not getting that, because here's a Star Fox game with no Samus in it.
You're playing
Star
soccer,
Fox
aren't
game
you?
with no Samus in it.
Whoops!
Jonathan means Metroid.
Metroid game with no... I'm done for.
Okay, that can't be in there. So, we also got to look at Metroid Prime Federation Force, which is a game I don't know if a whole lot of people care about.
Yeah, it's like soccer in the Metroid universe, right?
Okay, that's just a bit of it, though.
Oh.
The rest of the game is like a first-person, kind of like... I wouldn't say Monster Hunter, but it's 4-player co-op missions set in the Metroid universe.
Okay.
Without Samus.
Can we just have like a Metroid Prime 4?
Yes.
I think that's what really everyone wants.
Yes, or like a successor to Fusion.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Anything since Metroid Prime 3.
want
Metroid Other M was fun, but it wasn't like a Metroid game.
I want another M. I think they should keep going.
Metroid Prime, another M.
That one was fun.
Yeah. That probably will never happen since everyone did not like it.
Mm.
Something I don't think we have on the show notes is that...
Who put Star Metroid Fox?
Okay. Don't do that. Okay. This is probably the last thing we'll talk about from the Nintendo Direct since we have other stuff to talk about. But Kirby got a new game, and no one saw that coming.
Whoa.
It's a 3DS game, and it's called Kirby Robot Planet, something like that.
I did not see that coming.
Yes. So Kirby is in it, obviously, but he can get inside giant mechs and destroy things.
Whoa, this sounds kind of not like any other Kirby game ever.
It's interesting.
He also fights giant aliens.
It seems
Pacific Rim 2.
It almost sounds more similar to Dream Course than his traditional
I would
platformers.
love a sequel to Dream Course.
I want a Dream Course HD with a level builder.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so fun.
That would be really cool.
It's like Golf with Kirby's if you've never heard of it.
Yes, it's awesome. But Robot Planet, or whatever it's called, looks really cool. It looks very similar to Kirby's Return to Dreamland or Kirby's Triple Deluxe in that art style vein, but it looks very interesting, and I'm sure it's going to be a great game.
It's a Planet Robobot.
Planet Robobot.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that far off.
Nope.
Yep, they haven't messed up a whole lot of Kirby games.
I don't think there's a bad Kirby game.
It's kind of hard to mess up a Kirby game. I mean, it's really simple.
And with that
really cute,
Kirby
fluff
amiibo
ball.
line.
You do know Christian's in the call. I think he can name one bad Kirby
I
game.
just don't get how to play it.
Kirby Air Ride.
I'm so
Is the
bad.
best.
Very
Yeah.
bad at
Hell
it.
yeah.
So bad at it.
You can play it with
It's
one
one
hand,
button.
and that's what makes it beautiful.
That's my dog can play that
I
game,
just
Christian.
can't do it.
Yeah, that's a great story. Our dog Sierra, one time Jonathan and I left Kirby Air Ride on, and we came back, and Sierra, one of our dogs, stepped on a controller and unpaused the game, and we got like an achievement of some kind in the
This
game.
is like most destruction. Is like something with destruction. It was
Something
the
that's
weirdest
really
thing.
difficult to do, and
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
how
like-
it happened.
I wish there was a camera there recording it because I'm really confused on how it happened.
Yeah.
Christian, how could you not
I'm just
understand
not
that
good at
game?
it. I don't know. I've only played it like once or twice, but I just did horrible.
Should we even talk about the past channel?
No,
It was-
we don't.
no.
We do not speak its name. But that's about it for the Nintendo Direct, other than the Kirby Amiibo line that also showed up.
Whoa, yay, more amiibos.
There's a
so
couple more
excited.
things, but we should move on.
Want more amiibos.
Kirill, what are some of the other things we have for news?
There are recent developments, actually recent rumors saying that Microsoft will unveil its new UWP, which
Is like Universal Windows. Universal Windows something products.
Yes, so it's integrating Xbox and PC or Windows 10 together as kind of one platform, quote unquote.
Halo 5 PC, Halo 5 PC.
So
Halo
that's
5
good
PC.
news
It's a
for kind of
bad
PC gamers. Yeah, I mean,
What?
Halo 5 apparently is not great from what Christian says.
Oh, but it looks so
I
much
bought
fun.
an Xbox One specifically for it, and now I'm pissed.
Maybe that's why you don't like it. Maybe you don't feel like it's $300 worth.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's good news for PC gamers because they get to try a bunch of Xbox games that they couldn't before, like Forza or the next Halo, which may be good. I don't know.
I hope so.
But for Xbox people, it's not the greatest news. I don't think.
Is there a Forza Horizons 2?
Yes.
Was that a thing that came out?
Yes.
I really liked Forza Horizons.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
So, I mean, it is really weird. That's like basically Microsoft saying, hey, we lost this generation. I don't know if we should keep going with the Xbox and just basically make Steam machines Microsoft Edition.
Pretty much.
And if Microsoft doesn't have Steam on their machines and they have like games for Windows Live 2.0, then they're dead. They're dead, and that's it.
Well,
Or
that's
Steam is
what
dead.
this is kind of. This is what it is, right? It's working it through Windows 10 exclusively. That's where the games are going to come out.
Ugh.
And so-
you had to get them on the Microsoft Store.
Yeah, you can't get them off
Yes.
Steam.
Yes, and that's why a lot of people, man, there's some guy called it a walled garden
Yeah,
approach.
Apple's a
Interesting.
walled garden. You can't get apps anywhere but Apple's store. You can't get hardware anywhere but Apple's store. That's the walled garden. It's just them.
Exactly. So that's kind of what's happening here. I guess that's why a lot of people are iffy about
That
it.
doesn't sound good.
If anything,
That's interesting. I really hope this doesn't lead to a blocking of Steam. That would really piss me off.
Well, I doubt it would lead to a blocking, but I don't see how that's a profitable idea for Microsoft at all.
Yeah, a lot of people are using PCs to play games. I mean, no one buys a Mac to play video games on it. If they do, they're really not an informed person. But
I'm sorry.
wait, what?
My most
Kenny has
sincere
a-
apologies.
Kenny has a Mac, but he also has a gaming PC.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
alright,
did
well.
that later. I was gaming on my Mac for a while, and it was...
Well, to be
pretty
fair,
good.
so was I. But I don't think I really
It's
had a
not
choice.
the same experience as you would
No.
for, like game on a PC.
It worked a lot better for games once I put Windows on a separate partition.
Yeah, my Mac OS doesn't really handle games very well.
And Wine wasn't cutting it for pretty much anything.
Yeah, mine barely even works sometimes, in
Uh-huh.
my opinion.
Yeah,
But-
it was... No, definitely, it doesn't work a lot.
Okay, all right. I was just maybe I was doing something wrong, but no, it doesn't work, and that's good to know.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Microsoft handles this, especially coming into like the E3 months. And like, because for anyone with an that's considering buying an Xbox One now, that's kind of like a red flag, saying, "Whoa, maybe they're not supporting this console for too much longer."
Yeah.
Hey, maybe instead of buying an Xbox One, you should just build a PC.
Oh, especially since it seems like more and more like Xbox One exclusives are coming out on PC.
Yeah. Well, when Microsoft has pretty much all of the personal computer market just covered, it's pretty dumb to have a separate console.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I-
why would you?
I think to wrap this up, I think once Halo is on PC, the Xbox is
Oh,
done.
pretty much.
Oh yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
much.
if they released like all the games in like one pack, or if they're doing like what Square Enix is doing with the Final Fantasy games and slowly releasing each installation of Halo like throughout a period of years or something like that, that would be freaking cool on PC.
Quick question about that. Is that because their licenses are starting to run out with people? Like, has their contract with Sony run out so they can release Final Fantasy VII on PC, or does it just happen to be
I think
the right time for them?
I think Square Enix just decided, hey, we need to start releasing our Final Fantasy games on more platforms. Like they're even releasing some of them on iOS.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Like I
but
think there was a
they're
Final
really
Fantasy
expensive.
13 game in Japan that was released ported onto iOS. which is
You
really
can
weird.
get Final Fantasy V, I think, on Android on the Play Store. It is $25, so
Yes.
I mean,
You can
go into that
also
with
get a
caution.
couple Dragon Quest games too.
hold on, let me see what.
Now, even
Go
if it
ahead.
is $25, That's pretty cheap for a console game. If you saw a $25 Final Fantasy for 3DS, you'd be thrilled.
Yeah,
But
here's the
it's
thing,
just
though.
because it's on the Play Store that it feels expensive.
Right. You gotta think of the audience that's pure mobile gaming.
Yeah.
How old are they? They're really kind of
They're
young.
like 2.
they're not that young.
Dang, throwing shade.
Uh,
I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard for someone like in that age group to convince their parent to let them buy a $21 app.
I
Right.
think for us, it's hard to wrap our head around it because we're not really into the mobile gaming scene. But for
No.
people who only play mobile games,
They're not going
Um,
to get Final Fantasy. It's too expensive.
yes, it's too
Or-
expensive, and
Or they're gonna get it on a different system.
it's definitely probably not the best way to play it.
Oh, definitely.
Could
not.
almost
so you can
guarantee
get Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final
Tactics might
Fantasy
be
6, Final Fantasy 1, Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 2. I mean,
A lot of Final Fantasies.
Chrono Trigger. What?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Okay.
pretty cool.
Well, maybe saving up $10 to play Chrono Trigger. Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways, also Minecraft has official Oculus support.
that's weird.
Or
That's-
it will. In sometime this spring, I've not been able to find much information on it. There's going to be an update to either the Java or the Windows 10 editions. I don't know which. They haven't said as far as I know.
Oh, wow.
That'll enable Oculus support. So you're either going to get it in the basically Pocket Edition Windows 10 or you're going to get it in the full one. I don't know yet.
Yeah. They're re-releasing Minecraft as a not Java game, right?
They already did. They have a Windows 10 edition, which I believe is like a port of Pocket Edition, but
Yeah, it
directly
is.
for Windows 10. You can
Right.
get that on the store now, and I think it's free if you have the PC edition.
It is.
Yes.
So this whole thing is because it's like a direct correlation of Microsoft buying Minecraft away from Marcus Pearson, right?
Yeah, because they can do anything they want. If they want to promote virtual reality, even if it's the headset backed by Facebook, they can do it. It's their decision.
Well, the Microsoft... Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't remember, Marcus Pearson was like way against Oculus
Facebook.
back in 2000. Yeah, right, because of Facebook in 2013. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really understand the hate on it because of Facebook. It's just they now have an unlimited money supply. They can get as much funds as they need for further development.
Well, the game's worth $2 billion
Yeah.
apparently, so I mean,
Also,
they've got money to throw around.
I don't think they could really push the Microsoft HoloLens on Minecraft because I think it costs somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000.
It's like $3,000.
Oh, but it
It's so
would be
cool.
so cool.
It is. And it looks like the most futuristic headset we have. Like, it looks like the future.
Yeah, it like what I remember correctly, it like displays the game on any surface, right?
Yeah.
As just like a normal screen, or it has like a 3D model of your world.
They had a 3D model on a table in their demo.
Yes.
Right.
It's
that would
pretty
be that would be really cool for like admin use.
The one problem with the HoloLens is even though you have a really good augmented reality experience, it only has it's somewhere between a 25 and 30 degree field of view. So it's
Oh,
like
wow.
a little square in the middle of your vision where a window into the augmented reality world.
weird.
It's definitely not as immersive as an Oculus Rift.
True, but it is it does show that the technology is there.
Yeah, they are on their way.
Yep.
And it is really, really cool. I mean, this thing is we're in the future now. I mean, there's no denying.
We have
got
hoverboards.
Shut up with your hoverboards. Can I have a rant, please? I hate the hoverboards.
we've
They're
already
so
ranted
dumb.
about
They're so dumb.
The last item on the list is Christian has another Star Wars theory that he has come
Bum,
to talk
bum,
about.
bum.
Yeah, so this one is basically about two other characters in Star Wars that could possibly be Force sensitive, just like how Leia was in the original trilogy, and I guess it still is. But
Yes.
but one of them is saying that Finn could be Force sensitive, or Force.
Force sensitive.
I was like, that doesn't sound right. Could be force sensitive.
I smell a podcast title.
But yeah, so pretty much like some reasons for Finn possibly being force sensitive is since he was actually able to like reject the First Order's like training or like brainwashing, pretty much. Like that's that's a possibility.
It's a big
Another
deal.
one was that he was able to wield the lightsaber against the guy with the baton and against Kylo Ren, but he was also introduced into the baton training, so that's possibly how he got some of his
Powers.
or his abilities with the lightsaber. But then also being able to actually strike a blow against Kylo Ren, like I think that's the first character to ever wield a lightsaber and actually hit somebody.
I'd feel good about that if I hit Kylo Ren.
Yeah, so
I'd be like, yeah, I'm a Jedi for sure. I hit a Sith with a lightsaber.
yeah, exactly. And so another one is that Poe could be
Poe Dameron.
could be force sensitive, just because he's a freaking beast ass pilot, and like just like Anakin and Luke and Rey are all really good pilots, and he was able to
That does make sense.
able to pretty much bring down the Starkiller base by himself.
True.
So, and what do you guys think about that?
I would say they kind of make sense. I think like when the first trailer happened for Force Awakens, when it was revealed, they definitely made Finn look like he was the Force sensitive
That's
one.
what I thought for the longest time.
Yeah, I know. Like before they really talked about Rey or anything, like, you know, Finn had the lightsaber. Whenever there was like there's been an awakening or something, it'd always be Finn that's around. You know, so like when I first saw it, I thought it was Finn for sure.
Yeah.
He was the guy that had the Force awakened inside of him. Poe Dameron also makes sense because he's one hell of a pilot, to quote the movie.
Yes.
So I guess the better question is, who do you want to be Force sensitive?
I don't know. I mean,
Pretty much everybody.
yeah.
Everybody be Force sensitive?
One thing that I think would be kind of cool is if like on like the final or in episode 9, if like Finn, Rey, and Luke all fought against like Snoke and Kylo Ren and like some kind of like big battle scene. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
The person I want to be force sensitive is the guy who takes out the anti lightsaber thing, swings it around, and goes traitor. That guy. I want him to be
Baton
force
man.
sensitive.
Baton
Yeah.
guy.
And I guess
man.
the guy that was operating the baton and fighting him was actually in Finn's like training class and whatnot. So that's
wow.
That does make
that's why
sense.
he.
That's why he yelled
Exactly.
traitor.
How does he know what he looked like, though?
I mean, they gotta take off their helmets at some point.
I know, but still, like during training and stuff, like the whole time Finn was like a stormtrooper, he wore that uniform. Like he never took off his helmet.
I'm sure they were cleaned at some point.
It must smell terrible in there.
It's all just cooking on the inside of that uniform. I think Jar Jar Binks should be Force
Darth Jar
sensitive.
Jar.
Darth Jar Jar.
Oh man.
That would be the
Stop.
best. And he'd just
Stop
be like,
being a
"Screw
meme
you."
in here. Stop spouting your memes around, please.
Could you imagine his lightsaber should just be like his tongue?
Oh god.
Just a red laser tongue. It'd be perfect.
Wouldn't that like destroy the inside of his mouth?
No,
though?
because he can use the Force.
No. Yeah, he could use the
Yeah,
Force.
of course.
It's always
Yeah. I'm
always
sorry.
explained like that.
Yes, because Force powers. Kirill, do you think there should be anyone that could just be like out of nowhere Force sensitive?
I don't think that sensitivity is really that imperative.
Like Han
So you're-
Solo was really
They
cool.
really-
One of my favorite characters. Boba Fett too.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't Force sensitive.
Neither were.
That's true.
Don't say
I-
Boba Fett was cool. Boba Fett was lame. He didn't do anything except for die.
He had a cool suit. I never understood why anyone cared about him either.
He was lame. I just want to say
Silence.
that. I hate him.
Oh man, I mean, I think there could be some more Jedi in this world.
Well, like
that's the way I'm
one thing
feeling.
about like the theory was like, especially Poe, he may not be Force sensitive enough to actually like fight like Rey or anything like that. He just might be able to be a good pilot and be able to see things fairly in the
So
future.
he has like good reflex.
pretty
skills
much because of the
Force
Force.
powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of those in like the later movies, like they also had an awakening of some kind, you know. I think Finn makes sense for an actual full-blown Jedi since he's actually wielded a lightsaber before. Plus, they need some diversity in the Jedi Order, you know what I'm saying?
Ever since the loss
They
of
had
Mace
Mace
Windu.
Yeah, but he's dead. And Lando is nowhere to be seen. And I know he wasn't part of the Jedi Order, but, I mean, come on.
He'll be in the second one. He'll be in the 8th one.
That'd be interesting.
I hope
Did
so.
we already talk about the theory that Lando is fake Finn's father?
I don't know if that one's true or not, but I heard it was like spoiled on a puzzle of Finn, like a description
that's
on
right.
Amazon.
We talked about it after we watched The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope that's the case, because that'd be awesome.
It means more Land O'Lakes. We get more butter, guys. Yay.
Oh my goodness. All right, so anything else you want to talk about, guys?
No, I don't
That
think
about
so.
wraps it up.
All right, cool. Thank you guys for listening to the GameBloc Cast. We are a weekly podcast, so check it out every week. Give us a review on iTunes. Tell your friends, because that's really the only way we can share this podcast, other than social networking, obviously. You can reach us on those social networks like Facebook and Twitter at GameBloc, and that's kind of it. Also, check out our blog. It's pretty cool. GameBloc blog. So that's
GameBloc.
GameBloc. So this is Richie.
This is me. It's my life. It's Jonathan.
This is true. I already said it. I decided to go when Jonathan decided to be a freaking idiot, and
Hey man,
shots
I'm
fired.
offended right now. I'm more like a gosh darn idiot. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm Kenny.
And I'm Christian.
Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Bye. I
Bye.
love you.
You're the best.
HMU MySpace.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Lamau.
Pretty good.
I should be an alien.
An alien.
An alien.
Yeah. I tried to use Snapchat's face detection stuff, and it wouldn't recognize it because it looked like I didn't have eyes.
It's like how Siri doesn't recognize. It's like how Siri doesn't recognize Irish accents.
Is that true?
It used to be when it first came out, but I don't know if that's the case anymore. All right.
Could you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, I won't do that.
Oh my- At least I didn't start saying it when there was a sneeze. Because there seems
Okay.
to be always someone interrupting me when I do this. Okay. This is the GameBloc Cast, episode 5. I am your host, Richard
it's
Sherman.
episode 6.
Dang
You
it.
sped.
Well, episode 76. I hope you enjoyed all other 71 episodes in between this one and the last one. All right.
Say it normal, you normies. Get out
I
on
thought
my
it would
board.
provide a contrast and improve it.
Yes, and I think it was improved.
I don't like different people.
Okay.
Maybe you're different.
Oh, no. Okay, all right. Oh my goodness, Jonathan. All right.
This is an outtake, doodly-doo.
All right. Should we just do that over again?
No, it was good.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
Jonathan, what have you played lately?
No.